Azad hits 100 as Foxes earn deserved draw. A blistering assault led by Worcestershire opener Ed Pollock, who scored a maiden first-class century, produced 234 runs in the final session of day 3 to set the pairs up with a charge for the win. With a lead of 369, there was no surprise to see them declare overnight. Leicestershire would start day 4 with the bat in hand, and they'd be under a bit of pressure early on. Evans tickling one through to Cox off the bowling of Morris. Azad and Rhodes looked to resist and got started ticking the scoreboard along with defiant shots to the ropes. But just when they looked to have found their stride, Worcestershire struck again. Rhodes with hard hands, caught by Barnard off the bowling of Pennington. Azad took the Foxes past 50 and beyond, but would have to do without Ackerman. The Leicestershire captain caught well by Barnard, trying to aggressively cut Baker. And Baker struck again in his next over. First innings hero Lewis Hill unable to repeat the feat, out LBW for just one. The pairs were up for this, confidence coursing through their veins. Yet another for Baker, Swindles playing on to depart for naught. The visitors were marching towards victory at lunch. Leicestershire 82 for 5, still in need of 288 runs. Where all around him wickets had tumbled, Hassan Azad had stuck around and reached his 50 shortly after the break, scored off 110 balls. An Azad single worked into the leg side brought the 100 up for Leicestershire, but Worcestershire weren't to be kept out for long. It was Pennington who struck, Mike out for 9, caught by Pollock. The pairs pumped up. Parkinson joined Azad at the crease. They looked to make their way through to tea in an attempt to deny their visitors the win, but on the cusp of the break, Parkinson had to go, caught edging Azhar Ali through to Cox. The stubborn stand broken, tea taken with just 2 more wickets required for the pairs. Chris Wright emerged alongside Azad and looked to emulate the stubborn innings of his departed captain. The scoreboard slowly ticking over, even as chances of a draw seemed to drift. And a share of the spoils looked even further out of reach when Wright went LBW for Pennington's third. Just 1 wicket required for Worcestershire now. Bjorn Hendricks, though, was the last man in, and he drew on all of his international experience and held firm. The pairs were stalling, inches from the finishing line. Azad had been patient on 99 for 3 overs when he finally reached 3 figures. A very good 100 in difficult circumstances, sealed with his 11th 4. Worcestershire's shoulders started to slump. Hendricks looked calm and collected at the crease. After batting for 53 minutes in the first innings and carrying his bat, he did the same again for his side. The number 11 held firm and saw out the final over to earn Leicestershire what had looked an unlikely draw. Hendricks unbeaten in 2 innings after more than 2.5 hours at the crease. Quite some feat. Worcestershire had seemingly snatched a draw from the jaws of victory and will be disappointed they couldn't find that last breakthrough. Leicestershire will take heart into their next match away at the Riverside against Durham in 3 days' time, while the pairs will have a break. They'll return to action when Sussex travel to New Road.